So, I had this dream last night, right? That I was my Pokemon character, my Poke avatar in the Pokemon world, right? And it was great, except for one problem. I was in university, and instead of them letting me pick my own path, they decided the path I should take was that of the exploring of the Forbidden Zone. Why is it called the Forbidden Zone, you might ask? Well, for the express purpose of the fact that the Pokemon there are literally deadly. Deadly. As fuck. Alright. Why are they deadly? Well, let's see now. Most of them are able to lay eggs in humans, and when they do, they basically hatch inside of the humans and crawl out the mouth. Yeah. So, yeah, that was terrible. So, we're going through. The big old gates are big, lifted, and we pass through in a big old, super cake. It's proofed. And, well, I get this psychic intuition that we should turn back. So I tell my driver, I think his name was Greg, and we should turn back. And he was like, we got a mission, we gotta complete it, no matter. I was like, yeah, here, let me give you an uptake. I'm psychic. The persons we are going to meet are dead. In fact, they're part of the zombie horde just up that way who is chasing us. It's like, there's no... Then he goes, oh, turns around, dials in, and start getting ready to close the gates. We're out. They're like, you got a mission. Mission's done. We're out. And they're like, okay, that was just go with it. So we're driving out. We're trying we're putting rubber to dirt, right? And we're getting out. We get past the first gate. The brain-controlled researchers, they're dead. The Pokemon that took over them, they don't make you survive. And so the gates start closing behind us. And we're just barely squeaking out from each gate, right? Just as it's coming down, we're passing, right? We're passing out the last gate just as it's slamming down behind us. And the zombies, they're probably squished already, but we're out. When I get out, I'm like, it turns out my dad was waiting for me. They called him, and he was like, now in real life, I don't have a dad. I don't have a mom. But in my dreams, I have a mom and I have a dad. And they're good people. And, as my dad's waiting for me, they call him, and they're like, hey, kiddo, how you doing? It's like, well, that mission was a failure, and I'm not going in there again. I'm burning this license. And we're going to talk to the headmaster. And he's like, yep, we're going to talk to the headmaster. And you know what? You're right. I'm definitely not having him send my kid into that. I looked into that. And you might be able to sign your own stuff right now, but if you go in there again, you're grounded. And I'm like, if I go in there again, I'm dead. He's like, okay. So the great thing is, the gates around this forbidden zone, right, were freaking space high. Like, they were up there, just up in the stratosphere, and very far down, almost directly above the canopy, as far as you could go above the canopy. It was basically these laser grids that basically made a very, very, very thick wall of atomizing lasers. So nothing could get in and nothing could get out. And after that mission, they didn't let people in anyways. They started sending in these microscopic probes. Now, the great thing about these was they could go in unannounced, and you could control them from outside via remote control, and they could, like, you know, take a look at these creepy ass spiders everywhere, these creepy ass crabs, these deadly haunters, and stuff like that. And yeah. Although the Forbidden itself is great if you ever wanted to see a Gengar eat a person. You know, by the way, it's grisly. It's grisly. Very grisly. I covered my eyes and ran the other way. Well, that was my dream. It was scary.